All right, welcome to the Gas Station Cappuccino by Caffeine and Kilos. I'm Danny Lehr. Next to me is Dean Saddoris, but between us, we have a guest.
You always said nobody would get in between us, Danny.
That's right. That's true. I think I have said that.
Probably.
So we have here a special guest, Vincent.
What do you prefer?
Vinny's fine.
VInce Murdock. So, because a lot of times people say, it doesn't matter, right? And so what I say when people say it don't matter is, okay, well, say like I'm going to introduce myself, like we're going to shake hands first time, like, hi, nice to meet you, my name's Danny, and like, what do you say, right? And then it's like whatever people just usually introduce themselves as is what they.
I'm just going to start calling you Daniel now then.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
You'd be one of like 3 people in the world.
Hey, what's up, Daniel?
Yeah, one lady at my gym. This randomly, a college professor that I didn't care about enough to ever correct her, and you would make 3.
Yeah, there we go. Third one's the best anyway.
Yeah. So Vinny, what's going on?
Not much. Just getting ready, picking up some things, and getting ready to head off to Australia here and drop somebody on their head.
There it is. So Vinny's our guest here, and Vinny's a fighter. All right. He's also a lover, from what I understand.
Just on the weekends.
Just on the weekends. But the fight's on the weekend.
That's right. Same thing.
So you have a fight coming up in Australia.
Yeah.
So what's that for? What's the whole deal with that?
Promotions for Hex Fight Series. It's just to get back on track. I had an incident in India, and I'm just trying to get over that, and just gonna go out there and have fun, and just compete in a really cool place.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
An incident in India.
Yeah.
I think that happens a lot, but I think a lot of the time it's issues with digestive.
Oh yeah, that definitely happens.
Most of the time. Oh, that happened as well.
Yeah.
Few incidences.
So you're fighting locally out of Sacramento here, correct?
Yeah, by way of Michigan. I'm from Michigan, but
Okay.
I have relocated myself to Sacramento.
And is there a specific gym and team that you're representing?
Team Alpha Male.
Okay, very cool.
There you go. Now, originally from Michigan.
Yeah.
So where at Michigan?
I'm from the Flint area, but just before I moved here, I moved to the Detroit area. So around the Wayne County, the airport.
How long have you been in California?
I think 6 years now, 2011.
Best decision you ever made or worst decision you ever made?
Probably the best decision.
Okay. Well, weather in Michigan's not bad.
You're kidding, right?
Yeah.
I heard the tropics are great games. Will Ferrell's a hell of a basketball player.
Yeah. So Sacramento. So when you moved straight to Sacramento. Is this what did you come to California just to join the team, or did you come to California for something else? Like, what kind of brought you here?
I wasn't even a professional fighter yet. I was just dabbling in the sport a little bit. I enjoyed fighting, and I did it as a pastime. And my buddy was on The Ultimate Fighter, and Uriah happened to be the coach. And after the season was over, he was like, "Oh, let's go check out the team." We drove out here, checked it out. I was like, "Man, this place is cool." So
You drove out from Michigan.
Yeah, it was like 30-something hours.
Yeah, you just kind of glossed over. I drove out there and checked it out.
Yeah.
Like what? Yeah,
Drove a few days.
Yeah. Me and my buddy sat in a car and ate sunflower seeds for
God, I
4 days straight.
I love a good road trip and sunflower
It
seeds.
smells so bad.
Oh, I'm sure.
But so we, I planned on. I took a.
Did you guys sleep in the car?
I did. I did not. I can't sleep.
Did you get low motels?
Nope. I drove straight through.
You drove straight through.
Savage.
I can't let anybody drive because I get nervous, and then I can't sleep. So I just anytime I'm off the road, I'm like it messes with me. So I just like to keep driving.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you went 30 straight, except for pulling over to eat and
Gas up.
Man,
30 hours.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean, you get the couple bangs and a couple cups of PR blend, you might make it through.
What's that story in that Kanye song, The 30 Hours, right?
Oh, yeah. That was, who was that, Aaron?
What?
30 Hours song.
Well, it's Kanye's song. It's on my phone.
Yeah, but I know, but who was it about?
I forget that. That's what
It was about an NBA player.
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone got mad because their wife, or someone was cheating on them, something like that, so they drove 30 hours just to fight the guy.
It was about an NBA player. I can't remember the name. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Drove 30 hours just to beat this dude up.
Yeah. So
you
by
drove.
the time we got there.
Yeah, shit, exhausted. You must be really angry.
Yeah.
You would think that'd be like
One more
something.
bang.
Yeah.
You'd think that's something they would teach you in like anger management. And be like, hey, if you're ever really mad, like, drive 30 hours before you confront this person.
Dude, how do you
thinking
not
you'd like calm down?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
talk yourself out of it
You're
about
like,
an hour
over it.
15 in, and then you're like, you know what? At this point, I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah.
You're in too deep.
Well, around hour
I
20.
beat his ass now. I have to.
Yeah, around hour 27, he was just completely over it. But yeah, committed.
So when did you make this drive? When did you make this change?
How old were you?
Yeah, how long ago was
I
that?
think I was 20 years old, and I just decided I had people pulling out as an amateur, and so I needed to take a pro fight. That way, it was a little more secure. There was money involved. I was getting paid to do this. I was selling tickets, so I decided to turn pro, and I decided to just come out to Sacramento for my camp for 3 months, and I ended up just never going home. So I came out here to try it, and I kept telling everybody back home, and my girlfriend, I was like, I'll be back in 3 months. I'll be back in 6 months. And then it just got longer and longer.
Yeah.
And then now I'm just here.
Yeah, now.
And a new girlfriend.
Yeah, that'll do it. So that's very cool.
That'll do it.
And that was at their first location before the gym moved.
And, I-17, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, very cool.
Or 16.
Yeah, I have a buddy that just actually started going there that I used to do weightlifting with. His name's Chris. He does jiu-jitsu there now. I think I think he's gonna start doing gi tournaments. He just did a gi tournament that was at Elk Grove High School. But anyways, yeah, he has a wrestling background.
So that's what I was going to ask Vinny next question. So wrestling background?
Yep. Everybody from the Midwest usually wrestles. I can't say that I really enjoyed it, but where I come from, like, everybody did it kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't...
Have some success?
I did okay. I didn't get to wrestle my senior year. I ran into some trouble with the law, and that's actually how I found fighting, is another way to keep competing, and kept me out of trouble. But yeah, I mean, I did well up until my junior year. I beat a lot of guys that I shouldn't have beat, and I lost to a lot of guys that I shouldn't have lost to. So, but I did well.
So yeah, there you go.
Danny was a wrestling coach.
Yeah, I wrestled, and then I coached for
nice.
like 10 years also.
Oh wow, 10 years.
Yeah, more success as a coach than as a wrestler.
Yeah,
I did okay, but my team's always fucking won.
That's good.
So
some people are built to coach it, and I always think it's good that you dabbled in it and you were good at it. But
I had some success
for sure.
But
you know, sometimes that's just how it goes.
I was not a state champion.
California's a tough place to be.
California's tough.
It's one of the, I mean, there's only one state champ.
That's it.
See, in Michigan we have 6 divisions, so
Yeah.
Oh wow.
there's 6 badasses.
So there's only a handful of
I think
states.
California is the only big one that really does.
Oh yeah. I think you're. Well, yeah, for sure the biggest one. Yeah, people always. It's funny too. People from the Midwest, they if they don't know, they talk a lot of shit because wrestling's so big out there. So they think, oh, it's California, these guys are soft, whatever. But California is fucking tough.
They're producing some really good wrestlers right now too.
Yeah.
You know Nick Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with Nick, so yeah, we went to high school together and stuff, and partied a lot together after high school too and stuff. So yeah, that's
Uncle Long Balls.
Yeah, Uncle Long Balls. Yeah.
Shout out for you there, bud.
And Nick's wild, dude. I love that kid.
Yeah.
The nickname Uncle Long
Balls.
That's the nickname, huh?
Yeah.
God, that's great.
Yeah.
Me and Nick been friends for a while, but one of the first times we really got to bond was we went to Vegas when Chad fought McGregor. And we were at this bar hosting or watching a party. And it was weird because there was like a bunch of American people just wanting to be Irish and support Irish instead of
Makes sense.
Sounds all right.
person.
Makes sense. Yeah.
But anyway, me and Nick got on the counter and started kicking everybody's cups off the bar.
Oh, yeah.
And got in a huge brawl. And
it's hot right
it was
up.
awesome. We have this awesome picture of it too. It's just us just kicking people's beers right off this countertop, and then we got kicked out.
That sounds awesome. I'm gonna have to see these pictures.
So a little brawl there, but no trouble with the law that time.
We ran away.
Yeah, makes sense.
We've been friends ever since.
Now, when you were in high school, you said a little trouble with the law. Was that was fighting involved in that?
No. Drinking.
Yeah.
3 MIPs in the Midwest. Those are minor possessions. I don't know if you guys have them out here.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
And
we do that.
it was running from them.
No, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, no, I got one as a freshman, sophomore, and then just before my senior year, two games into my senior football season, I had one last hurrah or whatever you want to call it.
Last hurrah. Yeah.
And
that's that.
I ran and I got taser, I got lit up.
Oh shit!
Like cannonball, it was bad.
I actually had a MIP when I was in high school. I got one.
He had 3 in high school.
Yeah, I got 1 in high school.
He didn't one up. He had 3.
So we were drinking at the local Taco Bell parking lot.
Oh,
you know, after
yeah. What else do you do?
After getting kicked out of the house party, and you know, we're getting around the parking lot, and the cops come, and everybody's kind of starts ditching their stuff, you know, and I throw my beer out the window because we're drinking in my buddy's car.
Of course.
And of course, I throw it directly at a cop car that I didn't see to my right. And I got pulled out of the car, and then there we go.
Yeah, and then that's kind of that.
And there's that. And then I do a lot of community service.
But did you get tased?
I did not get tased.
Now, when you threw it out and it hit the cop car, did you like see that happen? Like you see the can?
I saw it when it was in the air, and I knew exactly what was going to happen after that. It was completely unintentional.
Yeah.
Like whether they wanted to believe that or not, because I kind of had it here, and I just went like this.
One of those deals.
And I look, I'm like, ah, fuck.
Yeah.
And then that was that.
Yeah.
That's actually cooler than,
I don't know. Getting tased sounds pretty cool.
So my brother's CHP, California Highway Patrol, and so when you're in the academy, they tase you, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
You have to get,
and so they record it, and they said,
of course they're gonna record it.
And so somehow my sister-in-law gets a hold of this. I don't know if my brother's dumb enough to send it to her, or if they maybe that's just what they do. They send it to your wife, because that seems actually like a funny thing to do. So he has 3 daughters. And apparently my sister-in-law and my 3 nieces just sat there and watched that thing on replay for about 2 hours.
He was just squeal.
Oh yeah, so they showed it to us, of course, and he's just there and just like, just goes stiff, and then it's great. Like it's great, you know.
Posted on Facebook.
Yeah, I think I'd be surprised if it's not
on his birthday or something.
Yeah, I'm sure his wife still has it.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's not something you get rid of.
I was like, you showed the girls?
Transfer that from new phone to new phone.
Like, you showed the girls, and she's like, oh yeah, they loved it. I'm like, all right, well.
That's funny. So this is how many pro fights have you done to this point?
15. So
15?
This would be my 16th professional
and
fight.
How many in total?
16.
No, I mean like amateur also, or
I was 18-3-1 as an amateur, so
yeah,
something
22, like and then there we go. And what's the?
That's a damn load. That's a lot of fights.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Michigan, it was really easy to get fights. It was unsanctioned,
Mhm.
so as an amateur, you were allowed to fight, every weekend if you wanted to.
I was gonna say so.
That's what I did sometimes.
I was just gonna ask that. So like 22 amateur fights in, and how long were you fighting before you actually moved out here? A couple years?
Since I was 17, so yeah, about
like
3 years.
3 years. So 22 fights in 3 years.
Mhm.
So that's a pretty good clip.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest thing is coming out here was just to see how far behind I was some of the best guys in the world, and I wasn't. So that's what made me kind of stick with it. I was like, these guys really aren't that much better than me, or I'm just as good.
Yeah, fuck these guys.
Well, no, they're good, but like, it just gave me more confidence in myself and my ability to compete and actually take a stab at this.
Yeah,
it's funny how Sacramento and
you got better leg tattoos than a lot of those guys got. Like a lot of guys got tattoos, but you got good leg tattoos.
Thank you.
I train at my weightlifting gym is inside CSP. So you get all those guys that train with Amadeo
over
there. You know, so I see all those guys all the time over there.
I used to train with him too.
Yeah. So
about 4 or 5 years ago.
yeah. He's been doing it for a long time. He's kind of established a little bit of like a strength conditioning position there, huh?
Yeah. Especially for our team, a lot of guys go to him. I just find it a little more difficult for myself. With how much stuff we got going on at the gym, and it's just like adding one more practice has always just been a little bit difficult for me.
Yeah, we have different things for different people, right?
Yeah.
So I know you're leading up to fight now, obviously. But let's say when you're out a little bit, right? So you got a fight that's a couple months out. So we're saying like an average day, like maybe you got a fight coming, but it's a couple months out, or whatever's going on. Like, what does that training day look like?
I mean, for the most part, I'm in the gym at least 3 times a day training. I have this, I don't know if you guys heard of Whoop, but I roughly burn 5,000 calories on a hard training day. Most practices are about an hour and a half. And
it's like what
James had one of those on.
Yeah, so they're pretty cool, man.
My buddy had one of those on. I was in Dallas this weekend for an event. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but he had one of those on.
So like a tough version of a Fitbit?
I think so, or I don't know.
So it tests your HRV. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
I don't.
It's your heart rate variable, and
okay.
it's like the time in between your beats, right? So it kind of just tells you how stressed out you are, how much stress your body can handle, what kind of shape you're in, basically.
So check this out. I actually just heard about this a couple weeks ago. They have the same thing, but it's on a ring, like the size of like a ring.
It's called the Oura Ring.
Yeah, the Oura Ring.
I got one of those too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on back order.
Oh, there you go. Well, because then like you wear it at night, you don't have this thing on your fucking wrist. You know, it's just their little ring. You don't notice it's on. You wear it all the time. You wear it at night. All that.
Is it like a hard ring or is it more like a rubberized, like a little chip in it?
It's like metal. It's super slick.
Okay. And they have a bunch of different designs, and they sync to your phone, but you can turn it off, so that way it's not constantly throwing out Bluetooth when you're wearing it, whatever, you know. And so then I
actually have the app for it because I'm still waiting on it. But
you got the app. You got the wrong half of the equation here.
He's just ready for it. He's
ready for it.
So while I was waiting for the Oura Ring,
you got
I got this one.
Oh,
and they do the same thing. I mean,
it's made by two different companies.
Two different companies,
okay.
But they roughly do the same thing. This one I think is more athlete based.
Mm-hmm.
The other one's more like sleep based. Make sure you're getting enough sleep and recovery type things. But they both roughly do the same thing. I mean, I wear this 24/7. It lasts about 3 days charge.
Yeah. And then does it sync all the time, or do you just set it
syncs
certain
every second?
I think it's real time.
Every 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think the ring reads it, but it'll store like 24 hours of data, so that way you don't have to have it constantly on Bluetooth, like draining battery. So you just like set it up and it'll sync it all.
Yeah,
and then it tells you
have it on. You can.
Yeah. So in the morning you check it out and see like, how hard can I train today? Based on what your heart rate's at.
So it tells you like my strain right here. This is my recovery. It's terrible right now.
Yeah.
But
don't worry, you're about to go on a plane.
I went hard yesterday. But it picks up all your workouts.
So it's kind of like a judge your CNS from all that.
Yes. So I used to do a test actually when I was training weightlifting.
The tap test.
The tap test.
James has that too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I used it at the time. There wasn't an app for it, so I just got an app. It was like a game. It was like a punching bag game, whatever. But it just told you how many times you hit it. So in like a 10-second period, you just tap the screen as many times as you possibly can, and then off that it tells you like if your score is like just logs your scores. And so then I would log my scores on that, and I would log my resting heart rate, and I would do that every morning. So then what you find like your averages. Well then if one morning you just wake up and your tap test, if you're like fucking 10 taps slow that day, right? If normally you're like between 68 and 78 and that day you're at fucking 52, you're like, oh fuck, like your central nervous system is shot to shit, right? Same thing if your heart rate first thing in the morning is always like 62 to 65 and then one morning you wake up and your resting heart rate's fucking 70 beats a minute, you're like, oh, I'm probably under some major stress right now, you know?
Yeah.
And
so this thing makes that a lot easier. You don't have to do nothing.
Don't have to do anything. All you do is look at your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it picks up your workouts. Like, it's the weirdest thing, man. I'll get down to the workout and it'll analyze it for me. It'll tell me how fast I recovered and like my peaks and.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to get one of those.
They're awesome.
Yeah. well, where's the you wearing the Apple Watch still?
I don't have it with me. It's in my truck, dead.
Oh.
I went on a trip and I forgot the charger. And then, yeah.
I think that's a common thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just was rushing out because it was like 4 a.m. and I forgot it.
Yeah.
But I usually am good about it. The Apple Watch would be good. There is a problem with the Apple Watch. It doesn't work the best if you have tattoos.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
It's not. It's weird.
You gotta wear it on your offhand.
I don't know. I didn't even notice that. I thought everything just went on the left.
Yeah. It doesn't. Sometimes it won't pick up my
heart rate.
Sometimes it'll lock. So the watch will lock if it feels like it's been disconnected or taken off. It'll lock the screen. And if you're wearing it, it knows that it's on your wrist and it knows your wrist, so it won't lock. It'll stay unlocked, right? But mine unlocks all the time, or it's locked all the time.
I wonder if
I read that up and it said that it might be because of the tattoos and the light isn't.
I was gonna say the skin color or whatever, right? Because it just sort of sees that. Or,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's
Interesting.
But then people have different skin colors, so how does that make sense? But tattoos are so black.
It might be
it might be dark.
Yeah, I don't know. Scar tissue or something.
It might be the scar tissue. That must be it.
I
don't know. So it's kind of like.
Aaron, you have an Apple Watch?
No.
Because then we could put on both wrists and see what's up.
Yeah, I can just start putting it on this side because I haven't finished this one yet.
No, that's true.
Yeah. So what is like your what do you do for recovery as far as like just body maintenance?
Sometimes I go to the cryo and what's that in Roseville. Get a massage. We have a guy that comes in and gives us a massage. Mostly it's rest. I don't think there's anything better than that for recovery. In a proper diet, right? Your body, is going to heal itself faster with the proper nutrition.
Oh, absolutely.
Versus feeding it sugar. And
so if you're putting in 5,000, or if you're taking out 5,000 calories a day in your workouts, what kind of calories are you putting in to keep up with that during the day? Are you going like in a caloric deficit?
You keep a pretty close eye on that, or is it just kind of by feel?
Depending on how much I have to lose, but I'm not a huge believer in like the calories in, calories out. Obviously, it does play a role, but I don't believe that you can outwork a bad diet. Like you can't, eat a bunch of.
If all you eat is marshmallows, you're gonna look like a fucking marshmallow.
Even if you outdo the the calorie part on that, like you burn that off, or so you think. I just don't. I've tried it that way before, and I've had terrible results. Like, I burned this much today. I'm allowed to, cheat a little bit, and it just doesn't work that way. Like, so.
That's a big problem with people with the that kind of take the macronutrient logging a little too extreme with the junk food.
Yeah.
They think that they can. Oh, I got these leftover calories. I'm gonna throw down a piece of. Funfetti cake tonight.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is that people actually go the other way with it too, and they get fucked up. So they're like, oh, well, I'm on whatever, I'm eating paleo diet, right? So I can eat these foods. Well, then what happens? They make all these all these treats. Like, oh, these are fucking paleo cookies, which is the funniest thing in the world,
still
right? Like you're calling it still cookie. Yeah, it's like so you use like almond flour instead of regular flour, and like I don't really understand and you. Like it sells fucking butter in it or whatever, and then like
really
So I'm like I don't like it's still a hit of calories, like still and then you down half a dozen of those son bitches, and you're wondering why you keep gaining weight because you're eating six
butter bars,
paleo cookies. Another thing, paleo cookie. It's like you think like if you really are in this paleo diet, like you think caveman's back there like fucking baking away, like that's not going down either.
Hey, Frange, I really made some good cookies over the campfire tonight.
Cookie's a cookie.
God, I know. Yeah, so I mean, hey, you know what? If you're eating that kind of diet and it's like whatever. It's something's going down. You're gonna have 1 or 2 cookies. Like, yeah, maybe that is better than just like your standard cookie that has a bunch of bullshit in it. Like,
but if you're doing it all the time,
but if you're doing it all the time and you think that if you're doing it and you think that it's not affecting you because it uses those ingredients, you're fooling yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been able to do the whole macro.
This one's sweetened with agave.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried. It doesn't last. I usually just have Chris from 5 Star whip me up some kind of guideline to follow, so I don't just turn into a complete slob.
I do both. I keep a pretty close eye on quality, but then I actually track all my calories too.
See, I'm a creature of habit though, so it's easy for me to just eat the same shit every day.
Yeah, we went over that last episode.
So then I don't really have to worry about it.
We talked about your
I know I'm going to eat some chicken and some rice. I know I'm going to probably not do many carbs for dinner.
None for breakfast.
And really none for breakfast. And throw in a couple shakes there if I'm on it.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, some creatine, some fucking greens. I gotta get more of that. I gotta get more stuff. I gotta go to 5 Star.
Vinny, you take supplements?
Yeah, I take the Cyto Green, which is at 5 Star.
Yeah, I love that. Dude,
believe that. That is
that shit has. I'm not kidding. I'm happy you said that because
changed your life.
It's changed the game. I recover so much better. I feel like because of that.
Amazing. Have you ever had it?
No.
Dude, you read this thing and it's gonna blow your mind. You're like, the nutrients in the.
I've had a green supplement before, but I haven't had the Cyto one.
Fuck that thing. This thing is insane.
Dude, it's
literally insane.
I've never honestly. I hit lifetime PRs on this stuff, and doing less training.
It's green supplement.
I've never seen so many superfoods packed in one thing. Like
I haven't been sick or anything. No colds, no fevers, and everybody else was getting sick.
Yeah,
damn. All right.
It's wild.
Yeah.
All right.
And it lasts a while. 1 scoop a day, it's really fine. So it doesn't. Honestly, I put it in the coffee mug. I do a scoop of that in a coffee mug and a scoop of creatine. I get just enough water to get it to liquid form, and then I shoot it down like a shot.
A shot because you don't want to sip on it too long.
No.
But yeah, dude, I'll do like 2 scoops sometimes.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Get crazy.
Yep.
2 scoops of greens.
I feel real good. No, it gives you energy. It does it. It does it all.
It's clean, man.
I'm gonna try it. Is he here?
I have some here.
Well, I'll do it.
Yeah.
You want to do it right now?
Oh, sure I would.
Shirt off.
Absolutely.
You have to do it. You have to do it like a
that's Aaron, by the way.
Sorry,
Hey,
I was just kidding.
that's all good. Aaron, Vinny.
Nice to meet you.
So, earlier Vince
You
asked.
gotta do it like C4 though. You gotta do just under the tongue.
Oh, under the tongue, the greens
And
under
then
the tongue.
fucking drink water.
I'll do that.
If I choke.
Probably.
It's like cinnamon challenge.
Probably. He asked about Aaron. He said, so is he never have a shirt on? What's going on here? And the answer to that is recently, no, he's not having a
Well,
shirt.
summertime.
It's summertime. Well, also he's been training before coming in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but it's not
Gotta cool down.
It's not abnormal to have somebody without a shirt on. Like,
We should all take our shirts off.
yeah, we can take our shirts off. We got a pretty strict dress
I
code.
got a pretty good hamburger meat going right now.
Go for it. Rip it. We got a pretty strict dress code around here. No shoes, no shirt, no problem.
Oh, it's a song, I think.
That's kind of how it is. It?
I think so.
Aaron, what's up with those
Yeah.
socks? What are those? Soccer socks?
No, my sister made them. It's for
What
like
is
that golf thing they always throw every year for my brother-in-law's brother.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
What is the shape?
A T.
It's a jersey.
Ah, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Sorry, that's sidetracked.
No,
His
you're
brother-in-law's brother passed away when he was how old was he?
6. Well, he was like 15, I think.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
high
It's like a
school.
charity golf
Yeah.
thing.
And
That's
so
cool.
every year they do a charity golf thing. It was a scholarship, is it?
Yeah,
Their own
scholarship,
office, their own
yeah.
scholarship office. So then we actually this year they had some Caffeine tees.
Oh, that's cool.
They,
The golf
They
tees.
got
the
50
golf
of the
tees,
golf
yeah.
Oh,
tees,
sick.
and so they used the golf tees for the tournament.
Why didn't you guys tell me about that? That's cool.
Well,
I
it's-
figured someone would have told me about that.
Well, here's the thing.
That's something cool I would have liked to have known.
Well,
Whatever. All right.
yeah. Well, it kind of went down. It kind of went down like this. Aaron said, "Hey, the golf tournament's this weekend. Is it cool if I grab some of these tees for it?" I said, "Yeah, man, sounds good." And that was really kind of it.
I would have liked to have known that story.
Yeah.
Well, I see how it is.
Well, you spent all fucking weekend with him.
I don't know. They never told me.
During the tournament, you guys were together.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was Dallas is a special place.
That house is
Full of special people. I just don't know how to catch the vibe there. There was one point where
you can't catch the vibe because there isn't one.
There was one point where me and Aaron were down there,
It's vibaless.
and we were walking around these gigantic skyscrapers, equivalent to the size of ones in like New York City. I felt like, and we were like the only people out there. It was like a movie or like a
Yeah.
dream. It was very bizarre.
No.
Anyways,
Business.
yeah, I guess
all
so.
business stuff.
Not many like not really nothing to do there in
No.
Dallas.
No. No.
Anyways, yeah, sorry, sidetracked there again.
It's all good. So I was thinking about your training. Oh, so you take the greens and that's kind of it. Other than that, just kind of eat healthy. And roll
Fish
fit.
oil. I
Creatine?
messed around. Not really.
No.
Protein? You do protein mix or anything like that? Really? No.
Not really.
All right.
Pre-workouts?
Caffeine and kilo bars.
It's the bars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bars, man. It's-
Biggest
I
advocate
do
of bars.
those at least once or twice a day.
They're so good.
They're amazing.
So good.
Well, it's the sustained energy aspect. I feel like it's like
Yeah.
it's not like a high and then a crash. It's kind of like a steady build and then a slow descent.
Once you're eating it instead of drinking, it's just like edibles.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's like it doesn't hit you as strong, but you'll know. And then it doesn't just totally crash out either. It kind of tapers.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's probably with all kind of
Anytime you eat.
What if
consumables.
it's different because you digest it versus drink it?
No, 100%. Yeah.
Like with the food.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have more in your stomach, right? So it takes longer to digest. That's why.
And then you're getting the natural energy from all the fruits and all that too.
Yeah.
Right,
Veg-
absolutely.
veggies and
Yeah, and like the macros are built for that, like
Yeah.
the fat and carb content.
There hasn't been a single workout that I haven't been able to like just get through really well.
Yeah.
I haven't won those so.
That's cool. So you mentioned those kind of training 3 times a day. So does each one of those sessions have a focus, or are they all kind of all around? So it's like the first session of the day, do you do boxing? The
Yeah,
second one, you
so-
work some jits, or
We have our morning team pro practice, which is like a mandatory practice for the guys on the team. And it's
about how many guys?
Team's huge right now. It's like 40 people, maybe 50. So
Yeah.
it's a very large team. When I first started here, it was like maybe 15 people. And now it's just, we've grown so much. It's
everybody's flying out, huh?
Oh, yeah.
How
we
many-
got people.
How many guys out of 40 down there weigh more than 200 pounds?
Maybe 0. We don't got many guys above 55 over there.
That's what I didn't know. I was gonna say over 150 pounds.
I feel like that also kind of comes with like who's coaching over there too, right? It's kind of like these coaches are known to be these kind of weight classes, right? Like they're specializing in these kind.
Fight at or how much do I weigh?
Yeah, both.
I fought in as low as 135. Right now I'm fighting at 45, but I usually walk around in the 60s.
Okay. Now,
I'm entirely sure of the time, like what time it will be.
Well, I was like talking to people in Australia though, because you know that the future is coming. The future's in good hands.
Yeah, it's in there.
You know, yeah. Like if it's because right now, I mean, it's Wednesday in Australia. It's Tuesday here. It's Wednesday in Australia, so you know tomorrow's coming. Yeah. And that's always reassuring.
Yeah, it is. It is. So where can everybody follow you to kind of keep up on what you got going on?
You know, Instagram, Facebook, everything at VInce Murdock. You know, I should pop up.
How do you spell that just for everybody?
VInce Murdock.
Perfect.
There we go. What's the